Alright, welcome back to my beta Minecraft world. That is beta 1.7.3. And today, here on 2000 Messiah, which is the name of the channel, or just Messiah, which is my name, we are going to be working on the village here in the slip, which is what we call the nether here, if this is your first time here. And statistically speaking, this is probably your first time here. So, here in the slip, we are going to be working on a village for these fine folks here in the nether. These nice, very nice zombie pigmen. And we're going to try not to offend them with any horrible, terrible houses for them to live in. Now, I just wanted to get started on it. I'm not sure I'm going to be, building a million houses or anything like that. But I just wanted to get started. And one of the first ideas I had was a nice giant, torch-like monument in the middle of town for everyone to know this is the Slip Village. I think at the top right here of this here hill in the nether would be a good spot for it, honestly. The one thing I really want is for the village to be as dark and depressing and have it fit the vibe of the nether, more so. So I'm not gonna light this whole place up like super bright. I think it makes sense for it to be, dark and dreary. And I think the pigmen would like that too, as they are going to be the people living in this area. I also like the idea of using these mushrooms over here as like some sort of I even had room in my inventory. I'll make some room at some point. But yeah, I like to use them as like, we have flowers in the town on the overworld, so I might use those for that'll brighten this place up a little bit. Alright, let me get working on this torch thing. I don't know, I have kind of an image of what I want it to look like in my head, but I also, I don't know. I'm not good at executing my ideas too often, honestly. There are a few examples that I have where it's like, oh, that wasn't too bad. But it's not very common. I'm gonna try our best here. Make a giant, I don't even know what to call it. It's not like a torch, but it is a something. Some kind of monument to signify this is a town. I don't really know how to describe it. Huzzah! I think this looks kind of cool. And put netherrack under there so that it's lit forever. And then I just hide that there's netherrack up there. Alright, here we go. Look at them. They're already gathering around this nice, cool torch-like monument. I think this looks really dope. Well, it brightens up the area a little in the middle, but I guess this is the center of what we got going on here, in theory, I guess. I really don't know how big I'm making this village. I mean, there's infinite pigmen around, so, I'm sure it'll be fine no matter what I do. But I'm also thinking that most of the houses are going to be made out of either stone or netherrack, and they're not going to have doors because I just don't think it makes sense. Well, I'm going to leave the door on my base because, bad things happen. Oh, wait, the zombie pigmen that were inside, they must have just walked right out. That's them right there. But yeah, I don't think it makes sense for there to be doors in the nether. I don't think the pigmen, I was going to say I don't think the pigmen know how to use them, but I guess they know how to use doors. But, I just don't think a bunch of wooden doors would be very structurally sound, And I'm going to pretend that mine is made out of very special nether wood steel compound. Yeah, that's great. Alright, so I'm working on the first little house type thing. I think this should be like the leader. I think they will probably elect a leader. And this will be the leader of the village's home. I think that'd be pretty cool. Of course, I need to... What did I come in here for? Oh yeah, I was gonna craft some stairs. That's what it was. I see a cowardly ghast in the distance. And I don't think he'll be making his way over here. Too scary, obviously. But I hope everyone is having themselves a good day, as usual. Hey, for me... Oh, come on. Where is he at? Your time is up. Oh, there he is. I gotta get closer to him. I hope he doesn't mess everything up. But I came well equipped with arrows. gonna talk about having a good day, and this guy comes over here and he tries to ruin everything. Oh! Oh my gosh, I thought that was gonna hit something important. Thankfully it didn't. It's the roof. I'm gonna say this is the leader's house, but honestly, I made it smaller than I thought. So this will just be a nice, cool house. Kind of like mine, actually. Now that I think about it, this will be the house that mirrors mine in the overworld. And this will be where I stay. Screw it. I need a place to stay, too. Of course, I probably won't be using this building very often because, I mean, it's hideous, but it has to be. It's the slip. No offense, fellas. No offense. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. He almost messed up my house. I just got this thing. All right. It is a very dangerous building in here, and I actually almost shot one of those pigmen, and that would have been not good. But I just have to hope. No, please, please miss. No, oh, he hit one of the pigmen. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful in here. Oh my lord. Whew. Matter of fact, guys, listen. I don't know if I'll be judged for making this executive decision, but right now, I'm going to go in peaceful mode because, my goodness, the gas spawns in here are insane. Well, I guess I'm getting healed for that, unfortunately. I'd rather not, but yeah, the gas spawns are insane in here, and it just feels, I don't know, it just feels more annoying than challenging, you know what I mean? It just caused me to have to rebuild, and I don't know. I'll obviously take it off peaceful any other time, you know, but at this very moment, I don't feel like dealing with the same, it's gonna be the same thing, me fighting gas over and over again. I don't know. Let me know if I'm tripping for that, but I think it'd be more fun if I just had the opportunity to build stuff instead of having to fight gas, like this gas over and over again, you know. But hey, there's no pigmen because of that. That sucks. Oh well, they'll spawn back in another time. They'll have their village. But yeah, this will be my little hut. It kind of mirrors my house. It actually kind of looks like a scary little like monster that like got petrified, you know. It's like a fossil or something like left over of an old monster that got turned into a house, you know, that used to exist in the nether but doesn't, or in the slip but doesn't 60 billion years ago or whatever. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. But I think if I do want to make a high chief house, I think it should be made out of stone, kind of like this monument here. So I'm gonna get that going, probably like right next to the monument. Honestly, I think maybe this should be like in the courtyard kind of this building. Now that I think about it, I think that's a cool concept. I wanted the building to be like a funky shape, so I just kind of gave it diagonal walls here. I think that looks kind of cool. But I hope everyone has been doing well. I don't know if I got to finish that thought or not, so I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna repeat myself, which is fine. I tend to do that. And honestly, I hope that people out there have also been playing beta with me. I think that'd be kind of fun, honestly, to know, like, you know, other people play in their world. And I know someone in the comments said that they do, so that's pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, was it Soapun that said that? I don't want to give the wrong person credit, but, you know, someone's gonna get some credit. But yeah, you know, I think it's dope that people play the game while watching me play or so have it or whatever it is. And honestly, I would like to know, honestly, I can't wait to get that Discord server going because I'm gonna definitely have a channel for people to post screenshots of their world. I think that'd be pretty dope. Maybe some of you could be so kind as to show me how it's done because I don't think I'm not particularly a great builder, that's for certain, but you know, it'd be nice to see people a bit more competent at this than definitely, you know, give this a try. Honestly, if I could watch another channel exactly like mine, except they know how to build, I mean, we'd be kind of in the money, I'm not gonna lie. I might actually retire. I might retire if someone made videos exactly like I do, except they actually had the ability to build and, you know, were actually good at speaking. Just, yeah, just a more talented version of me. I need you to retire me so that I have videos to look forward to every day. Yeah, I mean, you know, that way I don't have to, that way I don't have to keep doing it, you know. I'm half joking. I would still make videos if there was someone else like me out there making videos, but you know, I think it's still pretty I think it'd be pretty cool if more people made chill beta Minecraft videos. I'm just hoping to inspire somebody at the end of the day. So I think it'd be nice to be a positive inspiration to somebody out there, because I don't know. Lord knows I haven't been a positive inspiration for myself lately, but I think that it would be super cool if someone, like, I don't know, started making videos and stuff because of me. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had that sort of effect on anyone in my life where it's like, oh yeah, you did this thing, so now I do this thing. You know? I think it'd be nice. That way I can say definitively that I have positively impacted someone's life at least a little bit. I think that'd be kind of nice, you know. Honestly, I think this is a little too close to the entrance, unfortunately. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push the torch out a bit more. Like, you know, I think the torch is a much easier thing to get rebuilt, and honestly, I think I don't know. I think I shaped it pretty weirdly anyway, but I think it's fine. But yeah, I'd rather just push the torch back a few blocks, try and like adjust the whole building. I built the torch without the building in mind, so you know, this is what happens when you don't pre-plan things. Unfortunately, I don't think I will ever change my ways on when it comes to pre-planning and stuff like that. Alright, so I moved it back a bit, which is pretty cool. And I actually kind of lined it up with the entrance, so I'm actually wanting to do this. And then now you can walk through, and it leads to a tunnel that you can walk through to get to the doorway, to the entrance of this building. It's the only way in and the only way out. Now I think that's kind of cool. But I was also curious about those of you in the comments, what your hobbies are outside of Minecraft and video games. Me personally, I don't have any. I mean, I do, but like, you know, I don't really, I don't get to do them as much or as often. But, you know, honestly, video games is my main hobby, so kind of, it is what it is, and I think that's kind of cool. I don't know why. That looks kind of sick. Going through that way. That's dope. But I'm gonna torch this up because I think it would be kind of cool. And there, that's all the light you get. This is the building of the High Chief of the Slip, or whatever you want to call him. He kind of like sits in a chair here. You may approach him and you may ask for things, and he may or may not give them to you. I kind of wanted to be a throne, but that kind of just looks like a regular chair. Hi, Chief. That looks a little bit cooler, I guess. There it is, the High Chief's throne. This is kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. He's got an armrest. He sits right here. Boom. The High Chief. That looks pretty sick, honestly. And then, oh well, I kind of have this here because I needed to make slabs real quick and didn't feel like going all the way over there. But I think that's okay. Yeah, so the High Chief gets a cool little building, or a big building actually. I think everyone else in town should get a little hut, kind of like the one I got. Mine is actually extravagant, but everyone else's is probably not gonna be anywhere near as cool. Because, you know, the High Chief gets the cool stuff, and the pigmen, they don't really need much. You know, they just have their golden swords and they're kind of chilling. So I'm gonna put a few little pigmen shacks around. Alright, there's one nice little house, you know, pretty nice. It's not very roomy, but like I said, the pigmen are not gonna need much. They're very simple, you know. Not to be rude, but you know, they don't need very many things in life. But yeah, I was asking about people's hobbies because I don't know. I'm just curious if there's like people in my comments that, like, you know, draw on the side. I'm just curious on if there are. I don't know. I just like hearing about people that are more talented than me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And it's not a very high bar because I don't have very many talents. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But you know, I like hearing about people that have mastered something, you know, or people that just have things they do in their spare time. And it's like, oh, you know, I learn languages for a living. I know 5 million languages. Or, you know, I know, you know, how to draw. I draw this kind of thing and that kind of thing. I just think it's super cool hearing about what people are good at. And then I get to be like, hey, you know, that's awesome. And, you know, some people deserve to be recognized and get a chance to talk about themselves, you know. Because you guys get to listen to me yap about my woes or whatever. And, you know, I'm sure it's not. I mean, you wouldn't be watching if it wasn't so. If it was as annoying as I put it, I suppose. But honestly, you know, I tire of hearing my own voice, and unfortunately, I have to do that. So, you know, it'd be nice to hear from other people. That's why I value comments so much. This Beta Minecraft series is. I just hear from myself so much all the time. I'm constantly in my own head. I'm constantly hearing my own voice. It's just nice to hear from other people, know there are other people out there, you know, doing things. Because sometimes it can feel a little lonely in life. And, you know, it's just nice to be reminded that there are other things and other people and other people are doing things and other people have things going on. You know, it's kind of just a bit, it's kind of just encouraging in a way. I don't know if that's weird or whatever. I don't know if it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a bad thing or whatever, but you know, I don't know. It's encouraging to know there's other people out there doing stuff. Just the same way that people say that it's encouraging to know that they're not alone when I talk about like some of my struggles in life. I think it's cool to know about not only your struggles, but also your successes and the things that you like and the things that you're good at and you're not good at, you know. And it's like, yeah, you know, you guys might just be, in theory, just usernames with profile pictures, but like you're actual people on the other side of the screen too. And it's, I don't know, it's just super it's encouraging. That's all. All right, so we've got a couple homes popped up here. I don't think we need like a lot of houses. We barely even have any houses in the overworld town actually. But one last thing I wanted to do while I was here is place down a path, and I thought it'd be funny if the main pathway was soul sand, just because, like, I don't know, the nether is supposed to be like this torturous place, right? You're not supposed to want, or the slip is not supposed, it's gonna take me a while to get used to doing this, you know, to just calling it the slip, so give me some grace, and I will give you the same grace. But yeah, it's not supposed to be a place you want to be, so I feel like to add on to the torture of the fact, the main pathway should definitely be a slow soul sand path. And it's like, well, you know, if you didn't want to be in the slip, you shouldn't have come here. And I'm sure the pigmen don't mind, they don't really care. They're kind of chilling, you know, and I admire them for that. All right, but check this out, a nice and glorious pathway from the outpost here. This is for me essentially, but you know, as you saw, there were some pigmen in here earlier. They're allowed to chill here. They can use this as a base of operations, no problem. Let them store their weapons and all that, and here all their gold. And these are their little houses for the time being. I'll add more over time. That's my home actually, and my home deserves some light. Everyone else has at least one light in their house, so I will take mine as well. And then also I would like to plant some nice shrubbery around, you know? We need some, you know, my town in the overworld has daisies and roses, and they have red and brown mushrooms, you know? Beautiful, truly. Also, my favorite thing about the path leading into the building here is that the soul sand is on the path to the throne. It's very slow, and I think that's funny. So I'm just gonna keep that, even though it's to my own detriment, because I don't think the pigmen are gonna have to care too much about that. All right, look at this. So far, so beautiful. The slip, the new village in the slip. I actually think I have a name for this place. Call me crazy. All right, and I think it is a little crazy to have a name for this village here, but I'd like to call this Slippington City. I don't know if that, I mean, you know, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know, you tell me. But yeah, Slippington City. SC represent, I guess. I don't know. I'm not. I guess, you know, that's what they'll call it. That's what they'll say. And I think that's pretty cool. For now, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can put it on normal. See if we can get some. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted. No, please don't mess up. Oh my God. Hold on. That's not what I wanted to see as soon as I put this. Oh my gosh, every gas in the world is here. I don't have my bow and arrow out, or my bow out. Hold on, where'd he go? Oh, there's our first villager. Look at him. Beautiful. He's checking out the place. That's my house. Don't touch it. Where is he? Where is he? Oh no! Ooh, okay. I'm not hitting any of those shots, huh? He just keeps getting further and further. No! Oh! I thought that was gonna hit something important. Alright, well, the village was under attack. Thanks for your help, guys. Slippington City. Although it is just a village, but I don't know. Calling it Slippington Village sounds not as cool as Slippington City, so Slippington City it is. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to the outpost so I don't get the rest of everything else blown to smithereens. Although, if it does get destroyed, I'm not fixing it. I mean, this place is supposed to be dystopian, you know? I mean, it's supposed to be a nice... It's not supposed to be a nice place to live, you know? But yeah. Thanks very much for watching again as I build yet another... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I am bizarre. The people that watch me have to be at least a little bizarre, so I appreciate that. Fellow bizarre folks watching me speak to myself while I build little garbage shacks out of bloody rock and, well, cobblestone too. But thanks very much for watching yet another video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all the usual stuff that every other YouTuber says. And that's all I got to say. Peace out, and I'll see you another day.